Hi, Farida. So the questions you asked me, sorry, I didn't forget. I just kept forgetting to get around to it. But the questions you asked me are kind of towards the bottom of questions. So I just need to kind of fly through the questions. Do you know what I mean? To sort of catch up. So feel free to fast forward this part of the video, but I thought I may as well do it on video rather than off. So Lorna has a gross income of 50,000. Using the rates and bands above, work out her total tax for the year. So I'll go quickly. 35,000 multiplied by 20%, and then the rest of her money, which is 15,000, multiplied by 40%. So 35,000 by 20% is is 7,000, and then 15,000 by 40% is 6,000. It doesn't say anything about tax credits, so we just add them together, I think, and get 13,000 for her income tax for the year. I think so. Complete the graph on the next page to show the amount of income tax for every gross income up to 60,000 per year. Show all you're working out. The amount of income tax and gross incomes up to 10,000 is complete. Okay, so they did 10,000. Okay, so the next number in the graph is 20,000. So if she were to earn 20,000, she would only be paying 20% tax, because it's only when she goes over 35,000 that she has to pay 40% tax. Does that make sense? So this 20,000 only gets multiplied by 20%. So that's 4,000. So if we go down here, for 20,000, she pays 4,000 in income tax. Okay. So the next one then is 30,000, and for 30,000 she is still under 35, so she's still only going to pay the lower rate of tax. So that's 6,000. So again, go down. For 30, it's 6. Yeah. We did 35, so I may as well put that in. So oh no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Sorry, we did 50. Okay, so for 40, which is the next one in the graph, now at 40,000 we are over the 35 grand, which means she's going to have to pay, this is going to have to be split up. So she's going to do 35,000 at 20%, and the rest, which for 40 grand is 5,000, she's going to do that at 40%. Yeah? So 35,000 multiplied by 20, oh, we did that already, it's 7,000. 5,000 multiplied by 40 then is 2,000. So that makes 9. So if she were to earn 40,000, her income tax would be 9. So I'm going to go down here, income tax, there you go, is 9. 50,000 was the one we did in the first question, so that's 13. So that is there, yeah, and then we just have to do 60,000. So 60,000 again is over 35, so it's going to be split. So we do 35 by 20%, which we already know is 7 grand. And what's the rest? 60,000 minus 35,000. So it's 25,000 is the rest of her money, multiplied by 40%. And that's 10,000. So that's 17,000 total for 60, which goes there. I'm going to actually do the line up here. So go black, insert line. So when did it change? Oh yeah, over 40. So up to 35, like that, we had like one thing happening. And then once you went over 35, you now had to pay the higher rate of tax, so you kind of got a little bend in the line. Yeah? And I put the bend at 35 because 35 was the cutoff point. Oh, wow. That's too thick. 35 was the cutoff. That's when, if you earn over 35, you have to go into the 40%. Okay, and then C was the other part you wanted. The graph doesn't take tax credits into account. Assume that everyone gets a tax credit of 3,000, and on the diagram draw a graph to show the amount of income tax to be paid for every gross income from 15,000, why 15? Anyway, 15,000 to 60, taking this tax credit into account. Okay, so we didn't do 15, so I'm going to have to do 15. So 15,000 is under the 35, so that will just be 20%. So that's, oh, that's why. So that's 3,000 in tax. So that's the total tax for someone who pays or who earns 15 grand. We now know we have a tax credit of 3,000. So we minus 3,000, which means if someone earns 15,000, they won't pay any tax. So for 15,000, I'm just going to do it in red. No tax. Yeah? 20,000, so I did 20,000. 20,000 was 4 grand. So 20,000 was 4,000 in tax, minus the credit is 1,000. Yeah? So 20,000 is 1. Okay, 30,000 was 6. So 30,000 was 6 grand total tax, minus the tax credit, gives us 3 grand. So 30 is 3, which is there. Yeah. 40 then. 40 was 9. So 40,000 was 9,000 tax, minus 3 is 6,000. So back to the graph, and for 40 we're going to go with 6. 50,000 was the original one. This was 13. So 50,000 was 13 total tax, minus your credit, which is 10. So back up here. For 50, we're going with 10. And then 60 was 17. So 60, 17,000. Oh. 17,000 was total tax, minus 3 gives you 14,000. And throw that onto the graph. There. And then I'm just going to draw the line again, just change colour. Okay, again 35 was where it changed, so I'm going to go to 35, and then I'm going to do another line. Okay. Up. So there you go. Alright, so that was the graph. And then you asked me about like part 2 down here, but again, I kind of need to do the question to understand part 2, so bear with me. A group of friends makes a video and posts it on YouTube. They know they will be paid approximately €15 for each 10,000 views of the video. Use this information to answer the questions. Work out how many views the video would need in order to be paid €45. Okay, so if you need 10,000 views for €15, then for €45, that's 3 times bigger. So we would need 3 times bigger views. So 30,000 views if you want €45. How much in euro would they be paid for 80,000 views? So again, 10,000 views is €15. They want 80,000 and they want to know how much money. So going from that to that, that's 8 times bigger. So that means the money would also be 8 times bigger. So they'd get €120 for that. That's the answer to the first one, that's the answer to the second one. Work out how much in euro they would be paid on average for one view. Okay, so again, 10,000 views, that gets them €15. So one view gets them what? So to go from 10,000 to 1, we would need to divide by 10,000. So that means the money would also go down by 10,000. So 15 divided by 10,000, 0.0015. I don't even know what that is. It's 0.15 of a cent. There you go, for review. The video cost them €70 to make. It does not cost them anything to post the video to YouTube. Write an expression in X for the profits they will get for X views of the video. Okay, so profit is equal to, how do they make money? So they're going to get €0.0015 for every view. Yeah? Is that right? So that's the money earned. And we need to minus, what it costs. Crap, sorry. So we minus, so if they get 10,000 views, right? We were told it was €15, weren't we? So 0.0015 multiplied by 10,000. Yeah. So if they get 10,000 views, so sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this is right. For 10,000 views, they will make €15. It will have cost them €70 to make, so that will be a profit, in inverted commas, of minus 55. A profit of minus 55 is a loss, so that makes sense. Yeah? Okay. Stroke. Okay. Right. There are 7 people in the group. They divide the profit from the video evenly between them. They each get €200 profit. Write an equation to represent this information. Okay, so we're going to take the profit, we're going to divide it by 7, and each of them get 200. Yeah? Now the profits, you can see it here, the profit is this. Yeah? So this equation becomes 0.0015x minus 70, which is the profit, divided among the 7 people, give you €200. And that is the expression. Right, sorry, that's the equation in X to represent the information. And then work out the value of X. Okay, so just, if you want to work out the value of X, you're solving for X, which means you need to isolate X. So you need to get everything else away from it. So 0.0015x minus 70 over 7 equals 200. I want to isolate the X. So the first thing I'm going to get rid of is the 7. That 7 is a divided by 7, so to get rid of it I need to multiply by 7. The multiplied by 7 and the divided by 7 will cancel out, but if I multiply by 7 on the left, I have to multiply by 7 on the right. So 0.0015x minus 70 equals, what's that, 1400? Still trying to isolate x, so I'm going to plus the 70 to cancel it and plus the 70 to balance. So 0.0015x equals 1470. And again, still trying to isolate the x. So I divide by 0.0015 to cancel out the multiplication and divide by 0.0015. So x is isolated and they need 980,000 views for each of them to make 200 quid. Okay.